Hi, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins.
and we're two of the three co-creators of everyone's favorite comic book, Power Squared. So we're here this week. This is Week in Power Squared number 16.
Yeah.
And so we're here to talk about what's going on this week in the comic book and talk a little bit about continuing our conversation about characters and talk about a couple more villains in the comic book. So this week, I'll say finally sat down and sent in the copyright submission for issues 6 and 7.
Yes.
And hopefully, I'm sure the government's closed, but hopefully in 7 or 8 months, we'll get an email from them, or better yet, the registration. So that was it took like an hour or so to upload the files. Fun stuff. We haven't heard anything this week from our artist. It's becoming kind of a little more commonplace, I guess. She had sent us the thumbnails for a couple, like the first 8 pages of issue 10, which we've started. And we sent her back our feedback on, this panel from A and these panels from B and vice versa. And we haven't heard anything back yet. So nothing new to report about what the comic book looks like or anything. And then this week we're going to hopefully submit to Comixology to get these 6 and 7 published, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta have goals. So last week, if you watched the video, which so far no one has, but if you watched the video, we talked about Dr. Atlas and Instructor Miller, who are the sort of, Dr. Atlas is sort of the main villain, right?
Yes.
And this week we thought we'd talk about the second set of villains after Dr. Atlas is sort of defeated. Some people take his place to try to help with his work. And it's Dr. Ted Brubaker and his teaching assistant, Dr. Gail Reynolds. And they come to San Ramiro Community College as the new science teacher and start to try to manipulate Marty and Eli, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Dr. Ted Brubaker, who could that have been named after?
Ed Brubaker,
What?
yeah, comics writer.
Very successful Image, publishes a lot of books with Image.
Yeah, and he is known for creating the character of Winter Soldier.
Right.
And Captain America.
Okay. And that was, I guess, when he was working for Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh. So we, I guess, thought we'd pay homage to him and name a character after him.
Yeah.
Sort of. Ted, Ed. We never never crack that code. And then his assistant is Gail Reynolds.
Yes.
And Gail is from?
Her name is a reference to Gail Simone, a highly celebrated female comics writer.
Right. So that's where we came up with those names. But Dr. Brubaker doesn't look like Ed Brubaker. Who does he sort of? Who was the sort of catalyst for his look?
I'm trying to remember.
Wasn't I thought we talked about Doctor Strange, or no? Wrong guy. When we were doing this, there was somebody in mind. Oh well, it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
So oops, I forgot. I guess fear of people holding this. For Dr. Reynolds, we chose
actress Olivia Wilde.
Right. I'm sure we didn't do her justice with the artwork, but that's who we wanted her to sort of look like. And so they're Dr. Brubaker is a government scientist, and he's come to, I guess, continue the work that Dr. Atlas had done. And he tries to, I guess there's 3 issues. If with great power comes something, something, something.
Yeah.
Part 1, 2, and 3, which are available in Comixology.
Link in description.
Yes. They try to, do what Dr. Atlas did, and of course, fail, or the comic book would be over. So you can, again, buy those issues, and hope you do. So that kind of summarizes our week in Power Squared.
Yeah.
Again, the offer is if we get 5 likes, which seems like a miracle, we'll bring Trevor on, who's the other co-creator, who also does our lettering. We'll bring him on, and you can see him. We want to eventually do a live version of this, and so that hopefully people would participate, right?
Yes. And
we hope that you like what you see, and that you will subscribe. You want to tell people how to subscribe?
Hit the subscribe button below the video. You can also turn on notifications to see when we put a new one up.
Right. And we hope you will.
We do this every week.
Every week. Even though I don't know why. Anyway, we do it every week. And we hope you will come back next week. And in the meantime, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins.
And this has been a week in Power Squared.